Okay. Hello, my students out there. How are you doing today? Glad to know you're safe. It's another beautiful day. And today we'll be discussing sentence classifications according to structure. You know, we have two forms of sentence classification. Before that, remember, it's still Auntie Helen. Okay. We have two forms of sentence classifications. The first one is sentence classification according to functions, and that is where you have the imperative sentence, the declarative sentence, the interrogatory sentence, the optative sentence, and the rest of them. Now, this other one is called sentence classification according to structure, and that is where we have the simple sentence, the compound sentence, the complex sentence, the compound complex, and the multiple sentence. Okay, before that, what's a sentence? A sentence is a group of words with a verb or verb group that conveys a complete thought. That means for an expression to be called a sentence, it must be meaningful. It must convey a complete thought. You should be able to say it, and then the listener should be able to understand what you have said perfectly. Okay, that is a sentence. We said a sentence is a group of words. And when we talk about the group of words, they are all from different parts of speech, put together, combined together to give a meaning. Then a sentence also should be divided into subjects and predicates. Okay, a sentence should be divided into subjects and predicates. For example, when you say, I am learning in the class, what is your subject? I. Then predicates, learning. Remember, the predicate begins with a verb. Okay, that is about the sentence. That's briefly what you need to know about the sentence before we can go into the structure. Okay, like I said earlier, we have the simple sentence. Number 2, we have compound sentence. Okay, 3, we have complex sentence. 4, we have compound complex sentence. And then 5, we have multiple sentence. Okay, for the multiple sentence is usually a very long sentence. So, you know, I'm just teaching it so that you have an idea of what to expect in multiple sentence. But students are usually asked to concentrate between simple sentence and compound complex sentence because of the nature of the multiple sentence, usually for experienced writers. You know, most students don't really know how to construct the multiple sentence because of it involves the combination of all those sentences put together. Okay, now let's begin with the simple sentence. What is a simple sentence then? Okay. So we say a simple sentence is a sentence with a verb or verb group that conveys a single thought. You know, in a simple sentence, we are talking about a main idea. A simple sentence is a sentence with a verb or verb group that conveys a single thought or a main idea. Okay, now remember that something we call SVCOA. No, this topic is normally taught at the senior class. So S means subject, V means verb, C means complement, O means object, and the A means adverbial. So every sentence must, we normally say that the SV, subject, verb, are compulsory in every sentence. So for your sentence to be complete, there must be SV. For your sentence to be complete, there must be SV. Then COA are optional. So that is why we say we always include verb or verb group, because the verb is very important aspect of the sentence, whatever sentence you're constructing. So in a simple sentence, there must be subject, verb. Then COA can be optional depending on the nature of the structure of the words you're using. Now we say a simple sentence is a sentence with a verb or verb group that conveys a single thought or a main idea. Okay. Then we have examples now. Examples of a simple sentence. We have the boy has come. So the boy has come. So here we have subject, the boy. Then has come, verb, group. So this is a simple sentence, just giving us just a single thought. The boy has come. Then we also have another example. The man with the red car has returned. We are just talking about, okay, the man with the red car has returned. The man with the red car has returned. Still a single thought. What are we talking about here? The man with the red car has returned. So we are just talking about the action of a man. Okay. Another example. Today is Friday. So these and many more are examples of simple sentence. Examples of a simple sentence. So like I said, a simple sentence conveys just a single thought. It's just talking about a particular thing. Okay. We now move down to number 2, which is the compound sentence. Now, in the compound sentence, we should talk about, usually 2 simple sentences. When we bring 2 simple sentences together. Okay, that's 2 ideas together in a sentence. Usually joined together by coordinating conjunctions. I know you must have been taught conjunction, so you should be able to know what a coordinating conjunction is. You know, or examples of coordinating conjunctions we have or, and, but, for, as examples of, so we say, this sentence a compound sentence is a combination of 2 ideas, 2 main ideas. 2 main ideas in a sentence. Okay. Using, I'm cleaning. Okay, using the coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating. Something is wrong there. Coordinating. Using the coordinating conjunctions. E.g., birds, or, and etc. So in the compound sentence, we have 2 ideas, 2 main ideas, or 2 single thoughts put together using the coordinating conjunctions. So we have examples of examples of compound sentence. So we have today is Friday. Today is Friday. And schools are closing. Today is Friday and schools are closing. Let me put it up. Today is Friday and schools are closing. Okay. We have 2 main ideas now. Today is Friday. Schools are closing. 2 main ideas put together in a sentence, joined together join together with a coordinating conjunction. Another example, I hope you are observing the differences between the two sentences, the simple sentence and the compound sentence. Then we have another example. He fell off the tree. He fell off the tree, but wasn't hurt. Okay, he fell off the tree, but wasn't hurt. Another, we have combination of two sentences here, two simple sentences put together or joined together using the coordinating conjunction. Okay, that's for the compound sentence. Number 3, we have complex sentence. Have the complex sentence. Okay. So what is a complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence that contains usually one main idea. Okay, one main idea and then two subordinate clauses. One main idea and two subordinate clauses are usually joined together by subordinating conjunctions. Remember, we have different types of conjunctions. We have coordinating conjunctions, we have subordinating conjunctions, we have correlative conjunctions, and the rest of them. So in complex sentences, we normally use the subordinating conjunctions. So we have examples of subordinating conjunctions like because, after, unless, since, if, and the rest of them. So we normally use them in complex sentences. Remember I said that the complex sentence consists, a complex sentence consists of one main idea and one or two subordinate clauses. Okay. So depending on the kind of sentence you have. We have some examples here. I was asked to return to school because schools have reopened. I was asked to return to school because schools have reopened. Now we have one main idea or clause. I was asked to return to school. Then because schools have reopened, that's our subordinate clause. So here we have one main idea and one subordinate clause. Then we have another example. If he comes to school, at 10 a.m., he will be late. He will be late because the interview will begin at 8 a.m. If he comes to school, at 10 a.m., he will be late. Let's say if he comes at 10 a.m., he will be late because the interview will begin at 8 a.m. Okay. Now we have the first example. We have one single thought or one main clause or one main idea joined together with because, which is a subordinate conjunction. That makes this one subordinate clause. So we have one main clause, one subordinate clause. In the second example, we have one main clause and two main clauses. Or maybe if I use clause, many of you might get confused because of your class. So I can say idea. When I say one main idea or one a main clause, I'm still saying the same thing. So here we have, if he comes by 10 a.m., that's a subordinate clause. He will be late. That's a main clause because the interview will begin at 8 a.m. That's subordinate clause. So here we have three ideas. One is a main clause. Two are subordinate clauses. We have our subordinate conjunction that we use to join it. So that means in the complex sentence, it consists of one main idea or clause, then one or two subordinate clauses joined, I forgot to add this, joined together with a subordinating conjunction. Okay, with with subordinating conjunctions. I'll give you examples of subordinating conjunctions like because, if, unless, since, and the rest of them. So there's when you have this kind of sentence, just know that you've just constructed a complex sentences. And why it's necessary that we know this variety of sentences is that because it helps us in our sentence constructions, it helps us in our composition. Sometimes we are asked to write letters. Sometimes we are asked to write essays and the rest of them. So when you know these different types of sentences we have, it helps you in sentence construction. You can construct your sentences with ease. Now we have the compound complex. Of course, as the name is, that is how the sentence is. Compound complex sentence. Compound complex sentences. Okay, what do we mean by compound complex sentences? Compound complex sentence simply refers to the combination of both compound and complex sentences. Remember, in compound sentences, we use coordinating conjunctions. In complex sentence, we use subordinating conjunctions. Also, in complex sentences, we employ the services of punctuation marks. Yes. So, in complex sentences, you can have comma. I think we have the example in the second. We have an example in the second sentence. We can use comma, colon, semicolon, and the rest of them to join your sentences together. So, in the absence of any of those conjunctions, we can use the punctuation marks. So we have an example. When he arrived, he was applauded, but as he was about to go, he was, okay. Example, when he arrived, he was applauded. Okay, but as he was about to go, he received no ovation. Okay. When he arrived, okay, he was applauded, but as he was about to go, he received no ovation. Okay, so we have compound complex. Remember, we have when here which introduced us to a subordinate conjunction. We have buts, this for complex sentences, and this is also used for compound sentences. We also talked about, remember I talked about punctuation marks. So you have comma here, comma here. So we have how many ideas here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have two ideas joined together in a sentence. We have two ideas joined together in a sentence, 4 ideas joined together in a sentence, using subordinating conjunctions, using the punctuation marks, using also the coordinating conjunction. So that's what we have in compound complex sentence. We also have an example. Although you went to the zoo with Ngozi, okay, although we went to the zoo with Ngozi. Comma, she was afraid. She was afraid to go round. She was afraid to go round with us. So she stayed. So she stayed in the car. So she stayed back in the car. Okay, that's an example of compound complex also. So you can see we have how many main ideas there? 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is we went to the zoo. The second one, she was afraid to go round with us. That's 3. Okay, the third one, she stayed back in the car. So we also have compound complex, combining both compound and complex sentences together in a sentence. And remember, when you're writing a compound complex sentence, it's expected that the reader should see all the features in compound sentence, complex sentence, put together in the compound complex sentence. Then we have the last one, which is a multiple sentence. Like I said earlier, constructing multiple sentences can be quite complex. Because here we use both simple, compound, complex. The compound complex, we all put them together in a sentence. So we say that the multiple sentence consists of let's say 3 or more main ideas like clauses, and ideas through clauses. And then many subordinate clauses. Okay, so the multiple sentence consists of 3 or more main ideas or clauses, and then many subordinate clauses. And remember, we expected also to see all the features of simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, compound complex sentences in this kind of sentence. Remember, I told you earlier that multiple sentences are not compulsory. If you don't know how to construct them, don't bother constructing multiple sentences. But it's just good you have an idea of what we do in the multiple sentence. Okay, because if you don't know how to construct multiple sentences, it can distort the information you want to pass across to the reader or the examiner. Then we have, let's see if we can combine this. When he arrived, he was applauded but as he was about to go, he received no ovation because his presentation was poor, showing that he was unprepared, that he was very unprepared for the speech. Okay, when he arrived, he was applauded but as he was about to go, he received no ovation because his presentation was poor, showing that he was very unprepared for the speech. So we have an example of a multiple sentence. And I will advise again that for your stage, you may restrict yourself to simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and the compound complex, And in fact, for your compositions, you always advise to use simple sentences. The ones you can, compound, the ones you can construct very easily so that, you will get your information across to the person that is going through your work. So that is all about the sentence. Remember I said we have sentence classification according to structure, not function, according to structure, where you have the simple sentence, the compound sentence, the complex sentence, the compound complex sentence, and the multiple sentence. I will give you a little exercise. Okay. So the instruction says indicates the type of sentence. Indicate the type of sentence below. Okay, so we have number 1. Okay, let me give you an example of what to do. Number 1, Obi is a boy. So the answer is simple sentence. Okay, so we have number 1. Jane fought and was punished. Jane fought and was punished. Number 2, I have a new bag. Have a new bag. Number 3, okay. John is good, but doesn't smile. John is good, but doesn't smile. Then finally, while he was eating, he heard a noise and ran out of the room. So that's just 4. Jane fought and was punished. Just simply write the type of sentence you have there. I have a new bag. Tell us the type of sentence we have there. John is good but doesn't smile. Then finally, while he was eating, he heard a noise and ran out of the room. So that is the end of our lesson. The next one, we're talking about sentence classification according to function, so that you can know the difference between the two. Thank you very much for being part of this lesson, and make sure you stay safe. God bless.